It's always refreshing to have a movie or a piece of entertainment, whether it's a video game, movie, music, whatever, to come along and just be fun. No messages, no ideological bullshit, nothing like that. It's just fun. Silly, action oriented fun. And we got that with the John Wick franchise. When the first movie came out, it was just a basic tale of revenge. Action, not a lot of words except to set the tone of who John Wick was. The Baba Yaga killed him with a pencil. Two movies came after that. That I watched them recently. They kind of went downhill a little bit. Not too much with the any sort of messaging. I believe in the third one, in Parabellum, some of the action scenes were a little over choreographed. I think Keanu Reeves was maybe a little out of it. I don't know. It was very noticeable, in my opinion. But then the fourth movie comes out, John Wick Chapter 4. And holy crap, this was fantastic. And I just had to talk about it. I spent so much time, like I've said before, criticizing, being overly critical about one thing after another because of some sort of checkbox, or a movie star or a producer or a studio runs their mouth to ostracize the fan base. And then you get something like this, John Wick Chapter 4. Almost 3 hours of fantastic, over the top, almost superhero like fantastical action. And I want to talk about it. I said that already. Anyway, I'm going to try not to get into too many spoilers because honestly, go watch this movie. I will definitely recommend it. I watched the first one a long time ago when it first came out. Watched 2 and 3, hell, not 2 days ago in one sitting. I was up late. And went to the theater and watched John Wick Chapter 4 just the other night. The set pieces were wonderful. The action was far better choreographed in the third one. Less telegraphing than I saw in the third one. So whatever stunt team, stunt coordinator, maybe it was the same one, maybe the third one you were having a bad day. John Wick, Keanu Reeves looked a lot better, a lot more fit in Chapter 4 than I think he did in Chapter 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, if there was a time frame or whatnot. But absolutely star-studded cast of just great story. Great, I guess, bookend, maybe, perhaps. Not really a spoiler. Skarsgård was great. Villain as... Fuck. The Marquis. Wow. I can't... I was paying too much attention to the action. The music, I can't really remember it. There was a lot of, I guess, language variations to classic tunes. There was... Oh, okay. I don't want to get into too many spoilers. There's a lot of parts that I like. If I start talking about them, they will definitely get into spoilers. So, the set pieces, great. The story made sense. The writing, it made sense. The action, absolutely over the top, but there was some explanation for it. A few nitpicks here and there. There are some criticisms, but all in all, I'm going to go into all the things that I thoroughly love about the movie. So, if you have not seen this, please stop here. Go watch the movie, come back, tell me what you think, but we're going to get into spoilers right here, right now. Let's go. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to stay in order. The beginning of it shows up, desert chase scene, John Wick on a horse chasing these three guys through the desert, whatever. He shoots them, bang, 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 1, 2, 3, picks up something, and goes find the elder that you recognize. He's not the same one, but the same concept from the third one. I did not like the third movie because John Wick came across as more subservient than he should have been, at least the way how I envisioned him being, considering how his character was portrayed in the first two movies. That being said, another thing, no, I'm going to talk about the things that I love in this movie because they far outweigh my criticisms, my negative criticisms. Probably second favorite set piece was the Osaka Continental. The fight scene, the way this was set up, the fight scenes in this one, again, fantastic. They go from using swords and bows and arrows to using guns. The armor from the table, that they use is throwback from the third one. They bring that in fully armored head to toe, where you needed either some sort of armor piercing or just move their head and shoot them underneath the neck at massively close range. The concierge of the Osaka Continental, by the woman by the name of Akira in the show. I'm going to butcher so many names in this one, at least two of them. Rina Sawayama. I think they did her character beautifully. Petite, well, she's not petite. She looked like 6 feet tall. But that could be because her dad, Hiroyuki Sanada, could have been short. I'm not sure. Didn't have a lot of reference. But I think they did her character well. Strong female character who she was not going around overpowering anybody with strength. She used her speed, her agility to get what she needed done. One part that I did like, she had a rather massive dude trying to take her out, and she goes and she starts cutting out his legs, cutting out his knees. He falls over trying to get to her. She slides between her legs and he's trying to crawl away, and she uses knives to climb this motherfucker's back. And that was just a funny part. She had zero ability to overpower anyone or anything with any sort of strength. Great casting, great storytelling. She used her agility. They showed what she could do with her skill set. Very well done. Thank you very much. Numerous other reviewers have said it. The John Wick series is a big steaming pile of machismo, masculine, testosterone-filled gunplay and martial arts. To quote Tim Allen. The other, I'll go with my least favorite set piece, the stairs. I hated it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It was a means to an end. Whatever. My favorite, the Arc de Triomphe, or as some have been put it, the roundabout. The Arc de Triomphe, was in, I guess, cinematography, stunt, gunplay, storytelling, checks like A+ in each one of those as far as I'm concerned. The coordination needed to pull off all of those, however many takes it took, the stuntman doing a phenomenal job getting hit by the cars, rolling all over the place, having it being entertaining bits where the timing I feel was outstanding. Everything happening. John going in between cars, holding his jacket up that was bulletproof. You have to see the second or third one to understand all that stuff. Going around the circle, trying to get away, trying to get on here from one place to another. The Arc de Triomphe, fantastically done. The duel. The duel at the end I did enjoy because at a point you have Keanu Reeves' character and Donnie Yen's character. John Wick versus Kane. Kane is blind. They both have something to fight for, to kill for, to die for. Donnie Yen, Kane, he doesn't want to do this because his daughter, but the marquee, the table, they're threatening him. So he has to do what he has to do, and he makes sure John knows that no matter what, he's going to choose his daughter. If it comes down to it, no matter what, his daughter comes first. Understandable, any father would know that. The way they played it out, the duel at the end, 30 paces, 20 paces, and 10 paces. The whole time I was wondering how they were going to kill the marquee. Shots at 30 paces, shots at 20 paces. When they get to 10 paces, fire. And if you're not paying attention, you don't hear the 2 gunshots go off. You only hear one. John Wick goes down. And, of course, the marquis, being full of himself, being that arrogant piece of shit that he is, thinking he's won the day, doesn't realize that John did not fire his final shot, and that way they're able to kill the marquis by tradition from the table. I'm not going to go any further than that. Go watch the movie. I mean, hell, why would I want to spoil it? there's stuff to spoil after that. It's a good ending. Oh hell, I'll spoil it. John Wick dies. Moving on. Or at least it's played off that he dies. He dies from his gunshot wounds. They end the movie with Lawrence Fishburne and Ian McShane at the grave of John Wick and his wife. Lawrence Fishburne asks, "Where do you think he is, heaven or hell?" And Ian McShane simply says, "Who knows? Farewell, my das vidania, my son." And that's it. They leave it open-ended, which is perfectly fine with me. If they end it here, it's a beautiful ending, wonderful ending to the Odyssey of John Wick. His journey from beginning, middle, and end, absolutely fantastic. Talking about the characters, rest in peace, Lance Reddick. He was my commander for almost 10 years in Destiny and Destiny 2. That's how I know his voice. That's how I know the actor. I've seen him in multiple different shows, but that is who he became for me. So, seeing an unfortunate send-off, his character was killed in the movie. Lance Reddick passed away at the age of 60. Rest in peace. You will be missed, Commander. My absolute favorite character in the whole thing is the character of Kane, played by Donnie Yen. He is blind, but he is still a good assassin. He has an attitude, just zero fucks given. He has a job to do, a reason to do the job, and doesn't care about anything else. But towards the end, you realize that maybe he does have a sense of honor or French loyalty to friends. The fight in the Osaka Continental starts to set everything up of his tactics, the little buzzers and the bells, how he needs to be able to hear things as they go off. Close to echolocation, maybe he's developed that sort of sense, but one thing I noticed throughout the movie is as he's going around, he's tapping on things, he's making noise to see where everything is around him, perhaps the proximity, the echo that comes off of objects, the natural echo off of objects. But putting the motion sensors in the kitchen of the Osaka Continental was a good touch. I thoroughly enjoyed his character. I don't know how else to say. I enjoyed the bar, the nightclub against Scott Adkins' character, Killa, in the fat suit. I didn't think that was all that bad. It was used to set up, I guess, ultimately what the table is all about. No matter what you do, the table cheats to win, and they will win towards the end, which probably had, helped Donnie Yen's character realize that maybe he, should do something about it or help do something about it. The realization throughout the movie, wanting to see, anyone sitting there, I wanted to see John Wick find and track down all members of the table. The movie starts off with John finding the Elder. That's not the same Elder. He kills him anyway, only to find out that they're going to put someone in his place. So it sets up that dynamic for the rest of the movie, that no matter who you kill, if you don't do it right, if you don't follow the rules, there will be consequences. The movie sets that up quite clearly. There are rules that even the Marquis has to follow, the table has to follow, even though they've kind of lost their fucking minds and sent everyone and their grandmother after John Wick, no matter what, the rules be damned, and all collateral damage is necessary to send a message that not just John Wick, but the idea of John Wick, you do not break the rules. They're going to make an example of him and everyone around them. So after that first scene in the movie where John kills the Elder, you realize it's set. You have to do it within the rules. They figure out how to do that. They follow through with it. And in the end, John Wick, he's free. Kane's character and his daughter, they are free. There's the after credit scene. Wait to see that. Winston gets his hotel back. The Bowery King gets his back. All in all, absolutely fantastic movie. If you haven't gone and seen it, go see it. Thank you for hanging out with me with this review. Tell me what you think of the movie. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. See you on the next one.